Hey, what's going on, good people? This is Real Talk with Mike Steele. We in the building every week. I mean, what every quarter, I should say. Every quarter, I try to get in where I fit in at, and I try to reach out to my hometown, my school, my alma mater, Pahokee High School, Pahokee Middle Senior High School, where some good friends of mine, including one of my classmates, are the administrators of the school, and we just try to give back, man. We try to talk about what's hot, what's going on in the school, and how we can encourage and motivate young minds. Without further ado, let me introduce the crew in the building tonight. I have Principal Dwayne Dennard
Hey,
and
everybody.
Assistant Principal Miss Earlean McLemore Golphin in the building. Y'all put your hands together for my friends. They ain't gonna be quiet. Look at that. Look at that. They fired. Okay.
Are those real people or recording?
That's real people, man. I got an audience in here. So, man, hey, I got my people joining me, man, and it's always a pleasure that we try to get this done every quarter, every 3 or 4 weeks. I mean months. We try to get it here and just tell the people about my hometown and Pahokee High School, man. It's a pillar in the community. It's a staple in the community. It's been around forever. It's in Western Palm Beach County in a small town called Pahokee, Florida, and we rep it Everybody got their blue and white on. Pahokee. Hey, we repping it tonight. So that's how we do it, man. Principal Dennard, man, what's going on? And let's call on the lady first.
Yeah.
Dr.
First
Golphin
lady of the school.
in
First
the
lady.
building. My girl, my classmate. What's up, girl?
Nothing much. Just trying to make it successfully to the end of the school year. Well, first of all, we got to get the spring break first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then after spring break, we'll cruise on to the end of the school year and get ready for graduation 2023.
2023.
Yeah.
And now, Mr. Dennard, Principal Dennard, I'm going to call you Mr. Dennard, whatever you prefer to me call you, but hey, we go way back. But let me just say this. I had to get the lady on first now. You know, we gentlemen.
Yeah, ladies first, man. Always.
Ladies first.
That's how we were raised,
That's how we was raised, man.
Good gentlemen, man.
And we good old country boys down here, man. That's what we are. So we had to get Dr. Golphin and give her flowers and let her speak first and let her take the lead.
Well, she keep me in line. She keep me in line on everything, what need to be done, because I get to running, and she keep me right on that track.
Yeah, exactly. As I can imagine so. Don't let that smile fool y'all.
Yeah, Mike knows me.
Yeah, don't let that smile fool y'all. Okay, if y'all ain't from Pahokee and you listen abroad, don't let the smile fool you. Great person, but about that business though. About that business. Now, Mr. Dennard, brother, we got to give you some flowers too, man. We got to give you some flowers. And I know it takes a team to do what you've done, but I want to say congratulations on air publicly. I want to say congratulations for earning the Principal of the Year award, man. That's big.
I couldn't do it without the team, man. Just like you say, Doc did everything need to be done. Or this got to be paper. I need this. I need that. I need this. And she made sure that it get done, man.
That's right. Let's give you some clapping though. They want to hear some clapping. Cheering, y'all. Y'all cheer. Come on, cheer, guys. Principal of the Year. Woo! They ain't gonna shut up. Y'all be quiet.
Look, Mike.
Yeah.
Now that he's Principal of the Year for Palm Beach County, he moves on to the next level. So he could possibly end up winning Principal of the Year for Florida, for the whole state of Florida. So
what?
Yes.
Do say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, rewind that. Say it one more time for the people who can hear. Say it one more time.
now that he has won Principal of the Year for Palm Beach County, he could possibly move on. Well, he has moved on to the selection pool for the state of Florida. So hopefully, prayerfully, he'll be bringing that title back to Palm Beach County, Principal of the Year for the entire state of Florida, as deemed by the Florida Department of Education. Not
That's big.
corrections,
Yeah.
Florida Department of Education.
Girl, you clown it. But when you say Florida Department, the next thing after that is correction. But no, but we talk about education.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's big, brother. And congratulations, man. It takes a team to get thus far. It takes a unit. It takes a collective of good individuals working together to achieve this goal. So, hey, I am proud of you. I'm proud of Dr. Golphin, Brian Lawson, Mr. Brian Lawson, Pastor Brian Lawson, and the rest of the team, man.
Yeah. It takes everybody, Mr. Steele, you know, and what I learned in the military, you're only as good as the person got your 6. We always say that. You got to trust that person that got your 6. And and I think not only my administrative team, but also the teachers, you know, my staff.
Yes,
but
sir.
Most important, the students that have went on and graduated. Those students there believed in my dream, believed in my visions, even when we, you know, in every vision, every dream, you got your naysayers. They didn't listen to the noise. They believed in what I kept preaching to them, and the team kept preaching to them. The teachers kept preaching to them, and we'll accomplish something that people, they kept saying, oh, it can't be done out there. Yes, it can. If we just show that we care about them and we push them the right way, our kids can accomplish anything you put in front of them.
Anything we put in front of them, and anyone that says anything differently, then, you know, they got some personal issues of their own, you know, and that's okay, man, because everybody's not going to be in the same stages in life. We just got we got to look out for the few that are, you know what I mean, or the bunch. I don't know, but we got to keep doing the things that need to be done to make sure we take care of our kids. Congratulations.
I appreciate it, man.
Congratulations.
I appreciate everybody in the community.
And Mike, I must say that's what makes us successful, because we're willing to do what others aren't. We do what we need to do to make sure that our kids are taken care of. If it's food, if it's clothing, whatever they need, we make sure that they have it, because not everybody comes ready.
Man, and that's what it takes, though. It takes that kind of effort right there to make sure that our kids are being successful. You know, so big ups to y'all, man. And but before we get into any of the other extra things that I like to talk about, or you guys can discuss, I want to play this little clip right quick, and it's for you, Mr. Dennard, and I'm playing it for people who haven't seen this clip. Okay, if y'all let me play this, it'd be great. All right, let's get it going.
Appreciate you. Every day that we're on this job, we're here as an educator, a motivator, and we have to be a positive role model for every single one of our students. Hi, my name is Dwayne Dennard. I am the proud principal of Pahokee Senior High School. Growing up out here, this job is more personal, so I will get out and get dirty to lead by example. I believe in being in the classroom. What do you think the kids gets the most out of with the robotics program? In 2016, we started with 3 students, and now we have one of the top programs with over 150 students now get the opportunity to advance their knowledge in robotics. In October 2013, I was hired here at Pahokee Senior High School Administration, in which our graduation rate at that time was 76%. And last year, for the class of 2022, we graduated 99% of our seniors. Behind the numbers is a heartbeat, a soul, and a family. And if we put our all and we provide the right education, show the right dedication, and that will be the fuel to get our kids to the stars, we can do it.
Mike,
yeah.
When I got up and received the award, I had to make the correction because I realized, I said, oh my God, I said 2022, but the 99% were actually the class of 2021.
Yeah.
So I got some calls from some of the kids that graduated 2022. I corrected at the ceremony when I win it. So I had to correct it, and I told them it was 100%.
That's right.
In the 22.
So the Migos got a song called "Straightening."
Yeah.
them kids listen to the Migos, man. They want to straighten it.
They say, "Dog, you got to straighten that up."
You got
we were 100. We reached that goal. You got
yeah.
But Mike, we actually would have had 100% 2 years in a row for 2021 and 2022. In 2021, all of the students who were under our care actually graduated with the diploma.
Right.
However, like 2 or 3 years before, we had a student who was at Pahokee, withdrew, was supposed to go and register at another school and didn't.
That's right.
So we took the hit for that.
Yeah.
But it won't happen again. It won't happen again.
No. I mean, I'm glad that you stand consistent with that, because and you driving that point home, man, because we talked about that a couple times, but keep driving that point home, because it's important that people know that we had a 99% during that time, but could have been 100%. You know what I'm saying? Could have been 100%. And now that we're talking about percentages, because it's two things that I was gonna bring up from that clip that I played, and one was gonna be the percentage rate. As we are right now, again, we are what right now? Graduation rate wise?
We are. You saying currently for this class coming up, or the class just passed?
The class just passed.
100%.
All right. Say it one more time.
First time in the history of the Glades, 100%. And I think it's probably the first time out west, because I don't think even Royal Palm nor Wellington had 100% graduation rate. I'm not sure about that, but I know it's the first time in the Glades.
So, see, the first time and see, I think it's important, man, and people who not from Pahokee, who don't know, pretty much probably don't even know where it is, with all the followings that I have. But we're talking about a small town, where things are slowly coming back. But anyway, we got a 100% graduation rate, man. This is big.
I need to add one more thing. Last year, Sun's Coast beat us. They were the only 100% last year. So we were 99.
Yeah.
This year, it's three other schools that made 100%, but we're higher than Suncoast. We're higher than Jupiter. We're higher than Boca Raton. We're higher than all these so-called flagship schools.
Yeah.
So, and the ultimate thing is that all our kids are not just graduating and going to the streets. They've got some place to go.
Yeah. That's important that you say that. That's important that you say that, because look, not only that our kids are graduating high school, they going and to matriculate in other things, whether it be college, trade school, some of that nature. This is what our kids are doing. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Mr. Dennard, for that.
Mike, let me tell you, this thing's so serious, I even have it in my phone. It says Pahokee, they have us listed first: Pahokee Middle Senior High School, Olympic Heights Community High School, Spanish River Community High School, Village Academy, Royal Palm School, and that's a specialized school, not Royal Palm High School, but Royal Palm School, and Palm Beach Virtual, all earned a 100% graduation rate.
Woo!
They have all those schools. Only one is the Title I school, and you know who that is.
Only one is a what school?
Title I.
Title I.
Title I.
And that's
high percentage of free or reduced lunch.
Yeah, that's right. Us.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, and I'm not talking about any other school, only Pahokee. Coach Crow, what's going on, man? I see you.
Coach Crow?
Yeah.
Tell us, hey.
Hey, he say, hey, yeah, he can hear y'all. So we talking about, you know what? I ain't gonna get into that. I got you. We ain't got to get into those specifics, So big ups to us, man. We know where we are. We know the struggles that we go through. I've seen it. I've lived it. I'm a part of it, and I see it, and my son was a part of it. You know, and I say, people ask me all the time. You know, I've had people ask me, "You let your son go back to Pahokee? What's in Pahokee?" I'm talking about people who may have gone away and came back. Come on, y'all. Are you serious, y'all? Pahokee is where we from. Pahokee is what we breed. We if you cut me open, my blood is blue. It ain't red. So anyway, congratulations, man. So all right, the other part of that. So we talked about the graduation, which is huge, which is humongous. We talked about that, and we're gonna talk about it some more. We're gonna talk about it till we can't talk no more. But what is that robotics program doing? I mean, like, how's it doing today?
It's doing real well. Matter of fact, glad you asked about it. Today, we just, let me say this real quick. We just inducted our biggest group of National Honor Society members tonight. Since I've been there people don't realize I've been in Pahokee for 9 years, almost 10. And this is the biggest National Honor Society group that we inducted tonight at the high school. It was huge. And I have to give my ups to Miss McAllister.
And these people gonna clap all night. Hold on, Coach. Hold on. They're gonna clap all night.
But the main thing, like going back to robotics, tonight and I know Doc normally look at the board meeting every night, but James, he's the CEO of the Ed Foundation. He let the cat out the bag. We were trying to keep it, on the low until we had everything completed. But remember a couple of years ago when our 6th and 7th grade students solved the problem for NASA about the astronauts going to Mars. So this summer, University of Washington NASA lead scientists worked there, want our robotics kids who solved that issue to come up to the University of Washington. However, it's going to take about close to $35,000 for them to stay the whole summer and chaperones and everything else. So it was announced tonight that we have all the money needed for those kids to go to the University of Washington for the NASA robotics internship in the high school. We'll be the only high school as of now going to the internship. Normally it's college students, but we'll be the only high school students sending students up there to go to that program.
Man, do I have to solicit my people all night to clap? No, man, that's big. That's big.
Yep. So we don't raise. We got $40,000. They got enough to go up, and they're going to be up there for the whole summer with the NASA scientists and astronauts, and they're going to get to meet all of them. So that's that group that's graduating this year and next year.
Wow, man! Hey, congratulations! It's good to hear all the nice things, man. Like that's huge, man. Some of those kids gonna be in Washington D.C. enjoying all the amenities.
They're going to Seattle. They're going to University of Washington. Yeah.
Okay. University of Washington.
Yes.
Okay. That's right. They're going to Seattle, Washington to enjoy all the amenities that the city has and the school has. So, man, that's big. So, congratulations, man. Oh, man, I can't. Yeah. You know what? I would love to have those kids, at least a couple of those kids, if you will.
Oh, we could get that. We could get that put together with the coach. We'll have Mr. Penagel with you also.
Right,
but I ain't done yet now. I'm not done yet. They made another record. That's all we do is set records. That's all we do.
All we do is win.
Yeah, that's it.
No matter what. Go ahead.
2 weeks ago, they set a record for the first school in the South Florida competition to place first, second, and third. The only school to ever do that in the history of robotics competition.
Okay, hold on. So
we got three teams at the high school now.
And they all place and nobody else.
First, second, and third place.
Man, do you hit? Oh, what, man? Come on, man.
Yep.
First, second, and third. We got 3 teams, and all 3 teams placed.
All 3 teams placed. And then the middle school, they on the regionals. They placed for the most innovative project. So the middle school team, one of the 2 middle school teams also placed. So we have 4 teams to place all together.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That is crazy. Congrats to those kids.
Yeah.
And the coaching, whoever helping these kids in that robotics program. I want to say thank you. I want to say, man, you guys are doing a great job. Whoever's is over that robotics program, thank you.
and he is a Pahokee graduate named Louis Penagua. He is a Pahokee graduate.
Louis, I think I know him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my main guy I got over there on robotics. I started with him and Miss Soto. We started with just $2,000 out of my pocket, and we just been blowing up ever since then.
Man,
great things.
Louis.
Yeah,
man, Miss Soto.
He lived right there in Pahokee. He lived in Pahokee.
Come on, man.
Yep,
man. No, you know who says nothing good come from the Glaze? Come from Pahokee. I'm looking at products right now on the screen though. So we know that. We know. I mean, that is the biggest misconception. That's the biggest flawed ideal that I ever heard. I mean, but what's even crazier, in my opinion, Dr. Golphin and Mr. Dennard, was crazy that we let people, some of us, let people paint that narrative. Yeah. Because we all know Dr. Golphin, Doc, you heard it, Doc, DOC, Mr. Dennard, principal, and myself, man, we all products of this, the Glaze. And Dr. Golphin and myself, we all products of Pahokee High School. So kill that. I don't want to hear that. I don't even take it anyway. When I was in Palm Beach and people would say, Mike, what's that saying, Mike? What's that saying y'all use? I'm from the muck and I say, hold on, don't try me with that.
Yeah.
I say, I don't know y'all. I understand the saying. I understand it. But don't try me with it because I'm from the muck and I gives up. Okay? You go over there and play with the other ones. Don't play with me. That's how I used to do it. They say he crazy.
No, thank you for shutting that down. Thank you for shutting that down.
Yeah. Hey, Doc. I shut it down, man, because number one, they used to talk about us as if we were very ignorant. And I ain't like that. So anytime I catch them talking and they talking crazy, I'm right there. I'm right there to correct them. I'm like, hey, and sometimes I made them feel bad. I made them feel small because it was just appropriate. It was. You ever heard that saying? Meet them where they are.
Yes,
I meet them where they are, and then I give them a little more pressure. All right. So, man, hey, congratulations, man. I'm proud. All right, let me get into real simple. We talked about the robotics. We talked about the graduation rate. What's new, Dr. Golphin, if you could share, or Principal Dennard, man? What's new in Pahokee? What's going on?
All right, Doc.
Well, as I said earlier, we're just trying to make sure our students are where they need to be. We know with COVID, a lot of learning loss was experienced. So now we're getting the students caught up. We're just getting them caught up so that when it's time for them, before, we're trying to work on our juniors becoming graduation ready by the end of their junior year. So if they decide they want to early admit or dual enroll for their senior year, they can. So at this point, we're just trying to make sure our students have options.
That is big. Go ahead. That's good.
They have to have options. We've been getting colleges to stop by. We had South Carolina State, the vice president of South Carolina State come by. Some of our students were offered full rides on the spot, and some of them were offered what they call a gap scholarship, which would pick up some of the funding for parents who didn't meet all of the qualifications for full funding in the form of scholarships like $1,000, $2,000. We also had Tuskegee stop by to try to recruit some of our kids. So a lot of people, Tuskegee, Ivy League, coming to little old Pahokee, big Pahokee, to recruit our babies.
That's right.
The guy was there all day. He visited the different classrooms trying to get our kids to come to
Tuskegee has an awesome engineering program.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they came specifically for our babies.
Yeah. And the head coach from Tuskegee now was our head coach at Miles College.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I want to also add that, I want to say congratulations to our scholar athletes. So, we had a signing day that's going off to some great universities, and especially DJ Bolden for what he established. He really put in place when I kept telling them we're not student athletes, we're scholar athletes. To, Channel 5 came out, they did an interview with him and his mom about having 3 offers from Ivy League schools. Even though he decided to go to Georgetown, which is a prestigious academic school in America, but they have 3. I think it was Brown, Dartmouth, and it was one more, Brown, Dartmouth, and I think Columbia, if I'm not mistaken. But it was 3 Ivy League schools recruiting him. So that shows that our students, and Ivy League is the top league when it comes to academics.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ivy League, and he's gonna have a great future. But it just shows what we can do here at our school, where we just push our kids to be the best.
That's right. That's right, man. That was big, man, and I'm glad you mentioned that because, man, I saw that, man, and it made me proud, man, and I was sending it out to some of the people who don't even know where Pahokee is, but that's just a credit to what we do at Pahokee. That's a credit to his mom. That's a credit to the school. That's a credit to the kid doing the work. Man, that's a testimony to say, hey, if I put the work in, I get the results. But our kids are getting these results, though. All of them. Now, I mean, our release school is fantastic. Our release school is pretty much the epitome of schools. But our kids are getting these offers. Our kids are going to college. Our kids are going to South Carolina State. Our kids are going to Tuskegee. Our kids are going to Ivy League schools. Our kids are going to Rutgers. Our kids are going to Mississippi State. They're going to school, man, because y'all doing this.
They're going and they're staying, and they're bringing those degrees home.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't go and drop out, play around. They go home, go to school, handle business, and do what they have to do. We do have students who also go to the military.
Yes.
I had a student,
oh man, that's big.
Yes, I had a student come by to visit a couple of weeks ago. It was a struggle to get her across that stage. I even had to show up on her job. She wasn't happy with me then, but she came back to visit. She actually came to recruit our students for the military, and I didn't know what happened to her. And she showed up in my office, and when I tell you,
in a military outfit,
in her army fatigue.
Yep.
When I tell you, I couldn't believe it.
You almost cried, didn't you?
No, I didn't cry. I did cry. I cried.
You cried?
Go to the south side.
I was snotting.
Oh, hold on now.
Cried.
I was gonna ask you, did your mouth start trembling, crying?
It trembled.
Mr. Steele, it was a struggle, and Doc stayed on. It was a struggle to get the student to graduate.
That's what we fight for.
Yeah,
that's what the mission is.
We would have pulled out of a house, a job, everywhere just to get her to graduate. Because at one point,
that girl in the military, man.
That's
in the military. Yep. And she came back to recruit our students, so she was able to tell them her story.
Oh man, I'm getting goosebumps.
Put them on. But I cried, and when I took a picture of her, Mike, I said, "Girl, I got to show everybody this because Miss Butts wasn't there that day." So I took a picture of her, and Mike, she had her chest out and the head up. She was so proud. I started crying all over again.
Yeah, because she military, baby.
Yes.
Nah, you know what military mean, baby. You know what that means.
Yes. And her sister wears a shirt that says "Proud Sister of a Military Personnel."
Oh man, y'all gonna make me cry.
She has a sister at our school now.
Y'all gonna make me cry. Up in the back. My wife say, "Mike, you cry so much, and you call yourself a man." No, she said.
But Mike, that's the joy that keep us going. There's some days that we want to walk off. There's some days that we're human too. We're gonna make mistakes. We're not gonna do everything right by everybody. We try our best, but when we see the kids we struggle with, you know, the ones that curse us out, the ones that get mad, but then they come back and tell you thank you.
Yes.
You know, I'm now on a great path, and I understand now what you guys are talking about. That's what keep us going. And,
man, I'm proud of you. Man, I love y'all. Man, hey, Earlean, hey, Mr. Dennard, man, that was, I mean, I still got goosebumps, man. And I know what y'all talking about because every once in a while I'm doing my radio show, and you know, I'm a therapist, and I've dealt with, and I worked in juvenile justice for a while. And, you know, I worked for Sago Palm, and I worked for some of these other juvenile correctional facilities along the way. But every once in a while, I get a kid that called me who I thought wasn't gonna make it, who I thought that was on his last leg. And you know, I not to say I didn't want him to make it, but I just said, man, this kid, you know, the way he's going and what he's showing me. And this kid called me and said, Mr. Steele, hey man, I've been married for 5 years, and I got a child, and I've been working this job for 5 years. Or Mr. Steele, I'm in college and I'm about to graduate. Man, you know what that does for people like us? That's all we want to do is help. That's all we want to do is be someone that these kids can relate to, and we can catapult them to the next position. So I know what you're going through. That's why I got these goosebumps, man. Man, that's hey, Dr. Golphin, I know you cried, girl. But guess what?
I did.
Keep on crying, girl.
I was snotting. Hey,
Dennard. I know it was snotting, and her mouth was trembling.
Yeah, she called me when she came in. Oh, you got to see who it is.
You got to see it. You got to see it. Boy, and that girl, man, she took that picture. I can imagine you. My daughter in ROTC right now, and she's so proud. I can imagine her shoulders up.
Yeah.
Man.
Mike, with this young lady graduating and going to the military, she has siblings that are coming behind her. And now they're saying, okay, we can make it.
Yeah.
We can make it. Our big sister made it.
We got an example.
They have an example.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, we had to pull that sister out the house. We had to do drive-bys to get her to come out. It was a struggle. That struggle was real.
And what she's doing for her life right now,
yes,
she can go in, boom, be an officer in the military, get a college degree, you know, and come out, man, and have her whole life. When she's 40 years old, she can retire and have a whole other career.
You about to make me start crying all over again.
Yeah, man.
Matter of fact, Mr. Steele, I gave that speech today to a young lady. And now I told her to write down and just put it on her phone, because you know the phone is their heartbeat, the other heart of their body now. So I told her to put down the word reality, because you got to face it now. But this is the path, because our main job is this. We have some kids that just, you know, because we're a comprehensive school, we can't catch up certain kids. But what we end up trying to do is make sure they still get on the path to get a graduation, to get a diploma, a high school diploma, because without a high school diploma, you can't open up the world to you. So we don't just tell a kid, well, we can't do it, good luck to you. No, we don't do that. We make sure every kid know their path. Like even with the young lady that would say, you go to the military, and I was telling her about my experience in the military. Let the military pay for everything.
Yeah,
you can just put your money away. You got free food, free housing. Let them pay for your degrees, everything. You come out with no debt. You could, like you said, you can retire 38, 40, start another career and still get a check. Yeah, you make it a VA disability check, so there's more checks on top of it. Yeah, so a lot of our kids don't know that, so we sit down and we tell all our kids that.
Yeah, so you remember the In Living Color, and they had that saying, and it became a movie too. More money, more money, more money. You know, man. Hey, but let me say this to Dr. Golphin and Principal Dennard. So let me say this. Sometimes, man, because sometimes our parents don't have this information, you know, and they don't know how to relate or give this information to their kids the way you guys can give it. Thank God that y'all can give it, but man, we got to be able to have parents being able to, well, they got to be motivated too, but that information got to be given to help their kids, man. Sometimes parents don't see the trees because of the forest, if you will. So I will say this though. Let me digress a little bit and let me ask this question here. How can the community support Pahokee High School? Let me just say that. In your ways, what are some areas, or how can the community itself support you guys and what y'all doing?
You want me to answer, or you want to go first? Because ladies always first.
Well, you can go first, and if you miss anything, I'll come behind you.
One of the things that we need the community to understand is that we have policies and procedures we must follow. A lot of times we get, well, when I was there, they did this, or they used to do it. Everything changes. But now it's like everything changes every week, especially with our governor. So
yes,
we are really walking on eggshells on everything that we do. And not only that, you got to. Sometimes our teachers, we would love to have the ideal. Every 2 weeks they contacting the parent, not only if they're doing some bad, but when they're doing some good, we would love for that. But they are also human. I just need our community to understand that we are here for every single kid. We're going to try our best, and we're going to make mistakes. And you got the right to come and talk. We're going to listen to you. But the thing is, we got to come to work together, because you got to understand, our teachers and all the administrators, we are not the primary source of education. Education starts at home. We are a support unit for what you send to us to make them better and to enhance them. But all education starts at home. And if you get your child on that right track to come to school, to learn and to listen and to do what's right, we can make your kid be the greatest kid of all, get all the scholarships that they can make. They can get enough scholarship money, they can send you money back home. But we do have kids come in where we try to contact parents to help us out, where parents don't block the school. And if you want to know something about the school, they'll listen to certain people that may be affiliated with the district, but that person that don't have the access of stuff that I have or access that Dr. Golphin have, but they'll listen to that person, and the person telling them all wrong. If you need to know, just come up and see us. We're willing to talk to you, and that's what we need. So and that's my main thing. If you send your child there to learn, we're gonna be the greatest. We'll make sure your child get those Ivy Leagues or wherever they want to go. But a lot of time we are dealing with a lot of behavior, a lot of community issues that they bring back to the school, and we don't have parents tell us, let the school solve it. No, parents, we need you guys to solve that stuff that happened at home, because when they come on campus, you should be expecting us to enhance their cognitive capacity to make them smarter, and so they can have the future that you dream of them having the day you brought them to this world.
Wow. Dr. Golphin, anything to
add? I agree with Mr. Dennard. We really need the support from home first. We do have policies and procedures, as he said. We should not be dealing with dress code issues, because everybody knows the dress code. So if we don't have the dress code issues to deal with, or behavior issues, we could focus more on getting money into the hands in the form of scholarships to our students. The more we have to deal with issues that could be handled at home, that takes away from us being able to add the extra that the students could be getting that's going to benefit their whole family. So we just need the parent support in that way, from just starting before your kid even leaves out the door. Look to see what they have on, because believe it or not, when you look good, you play good or you perform well. So let the kids look good. Let them look nice coming to school. Another thing, if the parents have an issue, they don't need to go to Facebook. Come on up to the school. You don't even have to have an appointment. Come up. Somebody will talk to you. If Mr. Dennard is not there, I'll talk to you. Somebody will talk to you. Even if you have to sit for a little while, because we do sometimes have other appointments. but don't go to Facebook, because sometimes you don't have all the information, and then that leads you spreading lies. Okay, and we know you don't want to be a liar. So just start with the school first. We'll put it that way. And I promise you, if you start with the school first, we'll get the issue resolved, and you'll know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And Mike, I do have to back up a little bit with that graduation rate. I do need to say, to God be the glory on that.
Yes.
Amen.
Got to give him the glory for it.
Amen.
The strength every day to be able to even know what to do to help our students get across that stage, for giving us the strength to endure to the end with those students, because graduation really ain't for the students, it's for the parents. But we do get joy out of seeing them graduate.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, they got to go.
Yes, ma'am.
But when they go, they got to have that paper in their hands, because that's
Amen.
the first step. That's
and
the
to
first
back up a little bit what Doc just said also, it is God's plan. Everything that's been happening since I've been at PHS is God's plan. We just authorities that he put us in the figure to just make sure that his plan is executed. But everything that's happened belongs to God. That's his plan.
Yes, sir.
And I tell all my employees, I don't have, you the man with power. I have no power. God just gave me authority to do his plan, but he has all glory. He has all power. So everything comes to him. And I thank God for the group of kids that have been coming through since we've been there. I really do thank God for them.
Yeah, man, look, you guys do an amazing job. And I'm not going to elaborate, but Dr. Golphin said something, and I know it's got to be a challenge. It's got to be a huge challenge for the administrative staff, teachers, and all. When a kid comes to school, and I'm not, please, I'm not asking y'all to elaborate. We'll save it for next time I meet with you guys. But well, we don't even have to talk about it the next time that I meet with you guys, if it's not an issue. But if it's an issue, we're going to talk about it. But having kids come to school out of dress code, knowing that you guys have maybe a strict policy in place saying that, hey, if a kid comes to school out of dress code, he got to go home. But guess what? This is me hypothetically speaking, okay? It's not your policy, because I don't know what the policy state, but I'm just assuming. So a kid come to school out of dress code, and a kid need to be in school, right? We all can agree that a kid, but he's out of dress code. It's got to be a thin line that you guys, I know it's a thin line. I know in your mind it's a thin line saying, hey, I'm going to send this kid home. No, you don't want to do that, because the most important place is the kid being in school, not out of school, because his dress code. So I know that's got to be a huge struggle for you guys to kind of make a decision saying like, hey, man, this kid should be home because his dress code, but we don't want to send him home or her home because they're going to miss school.
Okay, so let me stop you there. When students are out of dress code, we have a whole dress code room, Mike. So if the students are out of dress code, and we don't have it a lot with our boys, some of them may try to wear the ripped or torn jeans, or they may try to have slides. A lot of the kids know they're out of dress code and will have the clothes in their backpack. They'll have the right clothes in their backpack just so they can see if they're going to get away with being out of dress code. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. Now, for my young ladies that want to show their bellies, when we see it, we take them right onto the dress code room, let them put on one of the little shirts or something. They have to be covered up. We need every cleavage, all of that, because the boys are looking at the girls, and some of the girls are looking at the girls, and we need for everybody to focus on their education. We don't want to send kids home, because we know some of them need to be in school on Saturday and Sunday too. So when they're out of dress code, we try to help them get in. But like I said, a lot of them have the clothing in their bags just to see, if they could get by. I tell them, listen, if you look down at your jeans and say that, oh man, these jeans are fire, don't wear them to school. When they say, I say, that lets you know right there, don't wear them to school. Just wear your nice little jeans. And Mr. D, you want to tell them the story about what happened?
Oh yeah, yeah. For number one, the dress code on the books has just really been enforced. But however, this is the story about what went on when I was still at the middle school and I was just taking over the high school. Mr. Anquan Bolin and his wife, they came over to the school to, look at the robotics and look at the middle school and, talk about the stuff that we was doing. So we ended up making a walk over to the high school. So he looked at how the kids were dressed because they were still in the dress code from the previous administration. And you can see everything. You thought they were getting ready to do a loop video. It was that bad. And he was like, this is different between the high school and the middle school. So a lot of times, like when the girls want to wear the tennis skirts, that things come up, and a lot of our young ladies got behind. So when they walk up, guess what the boys are doing? They got the phones taking pictures of their underwear. Now we got fights, and then we got all this other stuff going on. So when I enforce the dress code is really more about a job. Your job, like I tell the kids, you don't have to pay no bills. You don't have to pay no car payments. You ain't got to pay no mortgage, no rent. Your job is to come to school to get an education. So if you're going to come to school, come appropriately dressed as a student, because this is your money we're talking about. I had one young lady, when I first took over, she was like, Miss, now why we got to dress like this? Why we got to dress like this? Then I told her, I said, this is a job. This is your future. This is what we're trying to prepare you for the next step, the next level in life. She ended up working at Winn-Dixie. So I go to Winn-Dixie. She, the matter of fact, I went in her line. So I'm just looking at her, just smiling. She done put her head down. She said, yep, Mr. Dennard, I know I'm at my job. I do have to wear a uniform. So you're right. School is a job. Because she said, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I want to get something bigger and better. So like I told her, we relaxed a lot of stuff on the dress code because it used to be collar shirts, but the kids showed us that we don't have to have all the fights we changed dress code, the fights just disappeared. It's just like averaging 5 fights a day or something like that. That stuff just totally disappeared. So the kids just came more motivated. Then they came and said, Mr. Dennard, can we no longer wear collar shirts? That's a middle school thing. No problem, because y'all been doing what you're supposed to do. So I relax as long as they do the right stuff.
What they're supposed to do.
Yeah, because we never know who's going to come on our campus. Right. And I know Mr. Bolden was he was wide-eyed when he seen how the kids were being dressed on the high school at that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it
was bad. It was really bad.
It was real bad. People seeing how the kids were walking, coming to school, and it was bad, man. I think
Jesus.
But right now, just like a month ago, just before we had the announcement for the 100% graduation rate,
right?
We just had Team Palm Beach select our school. They came out to our school. These are all CEOs in Palm Beach County.
Okay.
Yeah, so they all came to ours. They never been to the Glaze, so they were
never been to the Glaze.
Never came out to the Glaze. So they were talking about they want to go to a place where they see innovation, the next level of technology. So the Air Foundation, which love us to death, they told them you need to go see Pahokee, and they came out and they were so impressed. We walked them around the middle school and the high school. We put them in. I think Doc, what we had about four different groups.
Yes,
and they really want to invest money into Pahokee. A lot of them didn't even know about all the great things our kids was doing, and then when they started going through their phone and researching Pahokee, they said they didn't know all this stuff was going on because a lot of them have really just shut off the Glaze because of that stereotype. But they didn't know our kids are doing great things out here. So they are investing in. So I just think when you got CEOs from big companies coming on your campus, have a Barry Trim who's a billionaire that comes on our campus, we want them to see our students, and with their money being invested in our school, they see students. They're not seeing the disco, they're not seeing the club. Our kids, they got those clothes you can wear all day long in school. Go into the club or hang out. And we have events where you can wear it at the football games, basketball. But during the school day, we never know what big person may want to come in and invest in the school, or people that don't left the school. Like we got a Pahokee graduate that's with Procter & Gamble, want to come by the school. So when they come by the school, they see students, so they know what their money being invested into.
That's excellent, man. Excellent. I'm glad, man, that we put a positive image of our kids out there. I'm glad that when they come out, man, those who may not or who may have put Pahokee in the back of their minds now can start thinking about Pahokee in the front of their minds, man, because I do understand, and I often refer to Pahokee as the forgotten, when I'm talking about the city at large, it's the forgotten, man. So it's good to see that our future, man, which is those kids, are doing what they need to do to be the next generation of people that come along to be the next Dr. Earlean McLemore Golphin, the next one to come out to be Principal Dennard, or the next one to come to be Mike Steele. So, man, hey, proud of you guys, man. So,
and we have several leaders from that group who offered opportunities to our students. Just, I think, like a week or two after Leadership Palm Beach left, we had a group of students who were invited that day to attend a field trip to the Kravis Center to meet with the, what was he, the CEO or something for Boeing?
Over Boeing. They met with the CEO over Boeing to build the aircrafts.
And so they got a chance to have a conversation with this bigwig from Boeing.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
We have a person from a leader who wants to do a food pantry at our school. We have someone who's interested in offering lifeguard licenses to our students. So a lot of opportunities came out of that one meeting. And we also have some leaders coming next week for a presentation.
Look at God. Look at God.
Yep. So we have a lot of people interested in our students, and you all know first impressions mean a lot. When you're walking up to the school, when I walk up to the school, I don't expect to see trash on the ground. When I pass by that marquee, I look to make sure that the information is updated. All of that stuff is important. People may not think so, but you never get a second chance to make a first impression. I'll put it that way.
No, that's it.
Okay?
One shot, like Eminem said. You only get one shot. Let me read up a couple comments, man. Jamelia Smith. She said, "Good evening, everybody." Hold on. Thanks for being there for my baby, Mariah. So that's one of the parents of the school, Miss Smith. So,
we know Miss Smith, very supportive.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Coach Crow said to you, Mr. Dennard, hey, he said he's proud of you. And then he asked me, Coach Crow, these guns are gone. He said, Mike Steele. Coach Crow is a trip.
Hey, Mike, what people don't know, I started out as a homeowner. I used to go there and lift weights with Coach Crow.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, he knew the folk. No, I've been folk a long time.
Yeah. He gave me a shout out. And
Mike, let me tell you what Coach Crow did to me. My first year as an AP at Pahokee High, Coach Crow went and broke out the old yearbook.
Oh, Lord!
For 2 years, I think like 89 and 90. And he walked up to me in a meeting with the book open to my picture. You know that girl. I said, ooh, you wrong for that. You wrong, Coach. You are wrong.
Boy, that man, hey, that boy there, Coach Crow, man, we talk about you, baby. Hey, Coach Crow from New York or New Jersey came to Pahokee and just, I mean, like, who does that? Who does that? Spent 40 years.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, I want to say with the community that's listening, and I want to say this, we got to get with Sack to tell Sack to name that weight room after Coach Crow.
Yeah.
He put a lot into all of the young men and women that have came through Pahokee, and his heart and soul bleed blue.
Yeah.
That's just something I would love to do, but I have to go through Sack.
Man, hey, you know what? I think that's something that we should do. I think it's something that's long overdue. I never seen someone that's not from the community. Well, he is now. Let me correct that. Yeah. But he wasn't born in this place. You know, he came and he what's the word I'm looking for? He invade the place, for lack of a better word. And he became Pahokee. Man, come on, man. Coach Thompson did the same thing too, but But I'm just talking about Coach Crow right now. So, man, big ups to Coach Crow, man.
Yeah.
We love you, Coach Crow. So, guys, y'all got anything y'all want to leave these people with, man? Our beautiful listeners with?
To the community, I just want to say we're not going to be able to be 100% in everything that we do. We're not going to be superstars in everything that we do. If you see issues and problems or things that you don't like, just don't come and complain about the things you like. Come with a solution with it, because there may be something we're not thinking about that you can help us, make it better at the school. But you got to realize too, there are things that we have to do within policy and procedures.
Yes, sir.
And it's always changing on us. But we're here for the kids. Our heart and soul is in for these kids, and I love each and every one of them. This is a special class to me that's graduating this year. This is my first class when I first came to principal at the middle school when they was in the 6th grade. They came in with me together, so they're about to graduate this year, and they're doing wonderful things. But we are open door for the community, and I'm just glad that when we step over to that coast, they recognize. Everywhere I go, they recognize. Man, what y'all do? Man, all them things great things y'all doing. Yeah, they recognize. They know we're not only just like we have that shirt. We're more than the athletes. They have to recognize what we do.
Wow.
D, do you want to give them the update on Silver Air Patrol?
Oh, yes. Silver Air Patrol is really expanding, and they're doing very well. They went to an air show. They did a couple things with that. We got more kids. Now I talked to Ms. Soto today and thinking about moving it down to 8th grade because I got more and more kids now want to join Silver Air Patrol. So Dr. Barbieri at the award ceremony came to me and told me that he's over all the airport. He on every airport board, and he already told us whatever we need to be done with Pahokee Airport or Boca Raton Airport for our Silver Air Patrol. Just let him know, and he will make sure that our kids be able to get in and look how to become an air traffic controller. All the different mapping and everything that they do in avionics. And as you can see, we almost had 2 planes almost hit each other on the runway. So we got to try to produce some of these new air traffic controllers for the future.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man. Doc, thank you, Dennard. Principal Dennard. Doc, you got anything you want to add?
I just want to thank all of the parents. Thank Mr. Dennard. Thank you, Mike, for bringing us on and allowing us to share our experiences at Pahokee High School. Thank you, Coach Crow, for being on tonight, joining us, and trust me.
They want to go to Corral, even though the honor roll students will be there tomorrow. He does go to Corral.
Yes, and we do miss you. I see one of my other classmates on here, Mike, Sandra Butler.
Oh, Sam, what's going on?
Sarah Butler, more.
Blue 5.
Yes.
Hey, Sandra is my sorority sister now. Yeah.
Yes. So just a final note, every day that we go on the campus, we do give it our all, no matter how we're feeling. We make sure that we give it our all, because sometimes the best just isn't good enough. Yeah. And we keep in mind that that we have to make sure that our students prosper. Okay, because when they prosper, we are able to rest a little bit, because we're getting old. They have to take care of us. So these are our children.
Yes, ma'am.
These are all our children, and it takes that village, and we will prosper by or pay for what they become. And we keep that in mind every day. So I just want to close it out with that. I'll drop the mic on and then turn off my mic.
And I'm gonna give Mike a quick little insider. It all got to the point where people at the district don't want to piss me off. So Doc, I said, Doc, if you didn't let me go off, no, we'll need you to go. We'll need you to go. So people would ever say, man, they got a psycho principal out there. No, it's about our kids. You're not going to mess over Pahokee Middle Center High School. I'm not going to allow that. And I haven't allowed that since I've been there. And I'm going to continue to voice my opinion on what needs to be given to our kids, because our kids is just as greater than the kids on the coast. Man, but just give us the opportunity so we could get through that door. But if you want to close that door, we're going to blow the house down. We're going to
blow the house down.
We kicking it in.
Yeah, kicking the door
in.
It's a saying, man. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, man.
Yes, indeed.
So we have a huge responsibility, and that's for us to fight for what we believe in, for you guys to be the people that fight for those kids, for that community, and make sure they get the equal things that they need to be successful. If you can't do that, then honestly, there's no need for any of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So, man, but I love y'all, man. Hey, I thank y'all,
Mike.
man. I think y'all doing an excellent job. You guys are, well, I know y'all doing an excellent job. And thank y'all for allowing me to have an opportunity to connect with y'all on a quarterly basis, man. And I know sometimes times get kind of hectic and we can't make it happen the way we want to make it, the way we want to make it happen. But when we together, we give the people the insight that they need to know that their kids are getting what they need. We just need you parents, and I'm speaking not y'all, but I'm speaking parents. We gotta support our kids every step of the way, and we gotta set limits with them. We gotta set healthy boundaries with our kids. We got to, and if you haven't done these things today, let's start doing them. And what I mean by that, you need to be the authority figure in their lives and not them. So you need to take the lead in their lives and not them. They need to be listening to you and you're not listening to them. The kids are not in control. The parents are. So I'm talking. Come on, man. Baby, let's get together. And if you need us, we're here for y'all. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. Yeah.
So I leave y'all. I digress with that, man. Thank y'all, and we're gonna do it again. We ain't gonna stop. We like Puff Daddy. Won't stop, can't stop.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Steele. Thank you so much.
All right, man, guys. We out of here, man. Thank y'all, man. I love y'all. Keep doing the work, baby. Thank y'all.
All right. Hey, be safe, man. God bless everybody in the community, and take care, Mike.
Yes.
Take care. All right, Doc.
All right.
Hey, guys, man. Hey, man. We're done, man. These guys are out of here. Make sure you catch us. And I want to say in the next 3 months, I bring these guys back. They're going to talk about what they're doing. It's Pahokee High School, man, and what we're doing. Not what we're doing, but what they're doing there is absolutely phenomenal. You know, no more of Pahokee not doing what they're supposed to do. Those days are over. And that's a narrative that other folks painted. We know what we're doing. The proof is in the pudding. Hey, until next time, man, love, peace, hair grease. We out of here, man. Check us out, man. Pahokee High School. Real Pahokee politics. We out.